Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I want to look at the sun, which is under the zodiac sign of Leo, and talk about Leo from a heightened perspective. Like we all have, areas of correction that we come in the world to bring into play, meaning that whatever is not matured within us will show up in a dark way. And that's all of your signs, all of humanity. Whatever is not mature in us will show up malefically or in a dark way. And, when I study and I see people, because I work in behavior health, I see that they have a birth date, which is significant. And it really tells a story as I have, progressed on between intuitive information that spirit gives me and that information that I may connect with on an earthly level. So here, what I find is classes that I did even last year on the zodiac wheel, that Leo is shining bright, but it's the sun, and it moves around the earth and the universe, I should say. Yeah, it moves around the earth too. It moves around all of the planets, but it's actually in the center, so it's kind of like gleaming. All right. And so what happens is as it moves from Leo into Virgo, it's shining a light on some things that need to be corrected and things that need to be embellished, right? And the whole perspective of this is to bring balance within that individual that has the sun sign of Virgo. It goes further than this, but it kind of helps us to understand what the sun is doing, because the sun is not Leo when it goes into Virgo. It is the sun in Virgo. So the sun in Leo shows an elevated stature of regalness, like the king or the queen. And it's a part of everyone that will be developed or is developed. It is a focus of bringing the sun in Virgo into a regal understanding of her queenship or his kingship. This is where we begin to understand that we are created universally. We are everything and everything is us. Therefore, there's no separation in any zodiac sign. We were born at a certain time because we needed to come here to accomplish things, to also correct things within ourselves that spirit wanted to bring to pass, a soul assignment, right? So if the sun is in Cancer, that means that the sun is going to shine inwardly a light on, because it's solar. The solar part of us, which is the sun, is going to shine the light on things within us that need to be corrected, regardless if we overlook them or we're not conscious enough to understand them. The sun is going to shine on dysfunction, and it's going to say you need to find a way, of correcting these matters so that you can live a healthier life. Such as when I did a recording earlier today, I was saying that the light is shining on information from the Virgo energy right now, where people are wanting to correct things, and some people feel helpless. But the sun in Virgo is shining on health and wellness. It's shining on those areas where we need to correct food. Going back to Cancer, the sun is going to shine on your need to nurture people and to mother people. It's also going to shine in areas where you can see that you have an imbalance and you're getting upset because you extend that nurturing wand to everyone, but you're not extending it to yourself. This is balance. And the person with dis-ease in the sun sign of Cancer can create a lot of stress, even emotionally within themselves, until they figure this part out about themselves. Because even though it's a moon sign, it's still dealing with the sun. challenges. And see, under the without the sun there, the moon is shining on household issues, because Cancer is the fourth house. And if the sun comes in, if you allow the sun come in and really release pride or arrogance or striving with yourself, what you'll see is that everything that is undercurrent concerning the Cancer energy, because it is a moon sign, that means that it has to come into a place where it's engaging with light like all the other signs. But the advantage that it has is knowing its dark issues. It will hide its dark issues, but the moon is there to reveal things to us. And if we look at it, the Cancer energy has abilities that others don't. However, that's not individual. All of us have Cancer energy. Whatever your placement is in the fourth house is what you would be working on to bring into the light. If you have nothing there in the Cancer fourth house, then you would be working to bring in energy of nurturing. You might have to balance that, but your awareness would be in home issues, why you keep having home issues, why you can't have a relationship. If Gemini is there, it could be restrictions as a child where you weren't able to talk freely, and you at home is represented that you need to overcome that. But if it's something that's a open house, then you're going to learn that there's some intuitive messages. You might be intuitively spiritual, 9 times out of 10 very deep and spiritual. But the other thing is how to regulate your house and bring it into balance, your home. And that first starts with your body, and then looking at how your parents may have treated you, your mother, because the Cancer energy is about mother because it's the moon. Real estate can be found there because it's all about the home, you see. And so once you find out what you need to strengthen there at home, even if it was Taurus in the fourth house, you might say, well, I don't have enough funds to buy a house, or I just want to be, flamboyant in this here energy of Cancer. And what happens is that you can get the balance there once you allow the light to come in to the situation. But it's first got to come into your heart. The light has to shine in the heart. And so we could go all around the chart talking about how the sun influences you. Every 4 weeks, the sun moves into another sign, and it influences all of us, because even when it goes into Libra, what we'll find is that there may be relationships that are imbalanced. You might have, money that's connected with other people in that house, and it's unbalanced. Business partnerships right there. Relationships, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. So in that house of Libra, you're going to look at what's hidden that you're not doing right, which is in harmony, in balance, at bringing justice. And a lot of people, as I did the Libra recording a couple of weeks ago, I did say a lot of people think that justice is about the court system, but justice can't really be brought in fairly until you find just us in ourselves, just us. Justice is about justifying a situation that's out of order, and that's Libra. So a lot of our court situations are not really reflecting the truth of what's going on, because justice is not being presented to the people in the world the way that it is presented spiritually. This here wheel is to bring balance in the sun sign and in the moon, and then you can rise. And I'll talk about that another time. But I wanted to give a reference because, we separate our zodiac signs, and there's no separation. As we grow spiritually, we're becoming whole within the whole zodiac wheel, which is bringing us into elevation spiritually. After we overcome all 12 signs, meaning within ourselves, You may meet people that represent that sign, and there's a mirror there and it's telling you something that you don't like, but you have to become conscious of what's really happening because it's part of the illusion. The mirror is reflecting who we are. And if someone is acting out in a way that you don't like, it's because of something that we need to change within ourselves, and then it will change outside of ourselves. So any questions, if you need coaching, if you want to do an astrology chart, I can do that for you. Email me at ifwbuilders@gmail.com, and be blessed in this year's season is coming. Bye-bye.